everyone. It's me, Donna. I've got a pink blob blocking, hopefully blocking the view of my DNA matches and everything for their privacy. But I did want to show you guys and give you guys a heads up of some changes that are apparently coming to AncestryDNA.com. Okay, you can have your own opinion about this, but in my opinion, I don't think that it's going to be a good thing. But yet the site claims that it will be. Okay, here we go. All right, here's the disclaimer today that I noticed when I clicked on my DNA matches, and it says, updates coming soon to DNA matches. We're making changes that will improve the accuracy and quality of your DNA matches. Learn more. Okay. So basically they're saying as they continue to improve the accuracy of people's DNA matching algorithms, they will be changing the way they calculate the amount of DNA that you share with your matches. Okay. All right. First of all, more accurate number of shared segments. The DNA you share with a match is distributed across segments, short segments, long segments, or some combination of both. Our updated matching algorithm may reduce the estimated number of segments you share with some of your DNA matches. This doesn't change the estimated total amount of shared DNA measured in centimorgans or the predicted relationship to your matches. Okay. In other words, I don't see how it wouldn't affect your shared relationship if they take away, if they're only going to include, the bigger pieces and they're taking away the smaller stuff. That's taken away from your total number. That's taken away from your shared DNA segments. Okay. Or, whatever, okay? All right. Then here's the thing that says the length of the longest segment you and a DNA match have in common can help determine if you are actually related. The longer the segment, the more likely you're related. Segment length is also the easiest way to evaluate the difference between multiple matches that all show the same estimated relationship. Our updated matching algorithm, can show you the length of the longest segment you share with your matches. Okay. So basically they're just going to show you the longest segment that you share. Like they're not going to show you the smaller stuff from what I'm gathering. They're just going to show you the longer pieces. Okay. So they're going to give you half the picture basically. Okay. Also, they're going to take away the distant DNA matches of eight centimorgans or higher, or lower. Like if it's below 8 centimorgans, they're not even going to show it. Okay, so I'm just going to spare you reading that. That's basically what they're going to do, and they're saying that it's going to affect your number of matches, and it's going to affect your ThruLines. Okay. They're claiming this is an improvement, blah, blah, blah. My opinion is that it's not. It's going to make things worse, okay? First of all, let me say, as I have stated many times before in other videos, I'm very disappointed in my DNA matches. In my DNA ethnicity report that I got from them, because thank goodness I have sent my DNA to other companies and I have gotten a whole lot better ethnicity report. They have totally missed the mark on that. They did not show me what I know is there. And I found that to be very disappointing. Not only that, later on, they took away my German. And I clearly have German. My German shows up in other DNA tests, but they're claiming that I don't have it. Or at least I don't have it now. I had it to begin with, but now I don't have it. Ridiculous, okay? Just flat out ridiculous, okay? Also, they claim I don't have French. I know I do have French. They claim I don't have Spanish. I know I have Spanish. I have African. I have so much more. But yet their ethnicity report claims that I do not have it, okay? They don't show my South Asian. They don't show any of that stuff. My Native American, don't show it. And I am so disappointed with that. I mean, they're supposed to be the best company with the best results, with the best reference panel around, but yet their results are really, really bad, or at least mine were. Okay. All right. So basically what you're telling me now, okay, the one good thing that they had going for them was their tree and their ThruLines feature. Okay. So their tree and their ThruLines feature, which were great. Okay. I have no complaints about those, except with the ThruLines feature, I was hoping that eventually it would go past a 5th great grandparent. Like you would be able to see DNA matches that match you up to your 6th great grandparent, 7th great grandparent, and on back eventually. I was hoping that would be their goal, but apparently not. Okay. I have opinions about that. My opinion is that it could be one of the reasons is people were getting really far back on their trees with the free features. And they don't like that because I noticed they put a block on, because used to in the past, even if you had the free service, okay, after you got your DNA test or whatever, or even if you just are doing a tree, even if you don't take the DNA test and you're just working on your tree, you could go on back and you could go check. I'll see, what was that? Let me think. Let me hold on just a second. Let me get out of here and I will, let's see. I will go to, where is it at? Okay, let's just go to trees, okay? Bear with me, folks. Okay, let me just pick my, one of my great-grandfathers, okay? Go to his profile, okay? All right, in the past, you could go down to the hints. That's what it was, the hints area. You could click on that, okay? Then you could go down to the bottom, okay? You could click search ancestry. If it will do it, let me get this stupid, and I hate this pop-up. I'm just going to say this right now. This was the stupidest thing they added onto here. It pops up and you can't do anything on the page till you clear it off. Stupid. I don't like that. I'm sorry, but yeah, that's my opinion about that. That's annoying. Okay. Yeah, it's great that you're showing new information, but to make it a pop-up and to make it to where you can't do anything until you X out of it, that's annoying, okay? I don't like it. If you're listening, Ancestry, I don't like that, okay? Now, let me click on this, okay? All right, used to in the past, you could click over here and it would show, like, more matches and stuff. Like you could say, see more like this, okay? And when you clicked on that, it would show other people. It would show their names, okay? To where you could start matching people up. Like there was a way to skirt around not having to pay extra for a monthly or a yearly service because you could get information that other people had, which should be free anyway, if you ask me, because it's on record, it's public record, but I digress, okay? Anyway, now they've got it blocked. All it says is given name, surname, and stuff like that. So they've got all that information blocked to where, you know, you're probably not going to find what you're looking for. So they found a way to do that, okay? All right. And like I said, as for the DNA, like now, see, you can go on ThruLines. Let me click on that, okay? And now you can go all the way back to your 5th great-grandparents, okay? So you can find people that match up. Like you can click on something, let's see. Like if it shows up matches, let's see if any of these... Let's see where they at. Let me go on back, find somebody that's a good candidate. Let's see. Bear with me, bear with me. Let me see. This person. Okay, let's just click this person, okay? All right. Okay, let me try to do this without showing my matches information, okay? But as you could see where other people match you according to this great grandparent. Like my 5th great grandmother, there are other people who match up to her as well, that match me DNA wise. So that's a good indication that you're on the right path and that person is actually your 5th great grandparent. Okay. So this is so helpful and wonderful for your tree. Okay. But now that they're taking that away, in other words, they're not going to go past or, any deeper than 8 centimorgans. So if you have a cousin on down the line that might match you up to 7 centimorgans or 5 centimorgans, they're not going to include them as being kin to you, and therefore that means that they're probably not going to go on past like the 5th great grandparent. Like you're not going to be able to see through ThruLines. You're not going to be able to match up to anybody that goes back to your 6th great grandparent, your 7th great grandparent, or your 8th great grandparent. And, a lot of people that, like me, you want to go on back. Like, to me, the more I can find, the more, the bigger I can make my tree, the better, because there's lots of fascinating, interesting things that you can find about your DNA and about your, your ancestors and their past. And the more people that you can match up to, the more you can confirm it. Okay. So now they're going to take that away, and claim that that's an improvement. How is that an improvement? Okay. You're taking that away. That's not an improvement. Okay. And let me tell you, through what I have learned so far, people that match you on a 5th centimorgan's worth of DNA, they're still kin to you. There is a DNA relationship. If it's 4, if it's 3, there's still a kinship there, or it would not even be matching up, okay? I'm so sick of people, and this is my little soapbox right here. There are so many people that don't want to count anything, below, say, 8 centimorgans or 7 or 5 or whatever, because they just claim that it doesn't count. They're claiming, oh, that's static, that's this, that's that. No, there's truth to it. Do you understand that? Anytime you share DNA with someone, that is not a false kinship. That is a kinship. It's there. It exists. Okay. If you want to deny it, that's fine. That's your little privilege right there. But I'm going to claim it because there's a reason why it's there. It's because it is a kinship, and of course, naturally, they do count more than just the centimorgans. You count the SNPs, at least you do, like on GEDmatch and stuff like that. You kind of need to look into that as well, because let me put it this way. Okay. The smaller pieces, if it's a small SNP, then you can say, okay, that's more further out. That's something that many, thousands of people can share. Okay. And, that's understandable. But if you've got, say, like a 5 centimorgan, and yet you've got like a 300 or more SMP, to me, or even a 200 SMP, that's significant. Okay, in my opinion. Now I am no geneticist. I don't know anything about this other than what I have read and what I have discovered myself. But from my understanding, that's important, and that does prove kinship. Okay, that's how I look at it. And I don't think that it's right for them. They can do what they want to. It's their website. It's their, it's their prerogative. Okay. But don't tell me that's an improvement, because it's not. Okay? I don't care how many people don't want to be bothered. They don't want an eighth cousin contacting them because it's just annoying, and they might be complaining. Well, that's just too bad. Okay? Just if you don't want people contacting you, then set your thing up to where people can't contact you, or tell people, I don't want to deal with you. Okay? Don't, to me, don't complain to where then it gets taken away from the rest of us. But in my opinion, I don't think that's really it. Personally, I think they're trying to keep people from moving on up their tree without paying for a subscription. And B, they're trying to free up database space. Okay? That's kind of, I look at that as kind of cheap. In my opinion, like, how hard up are you? Like, really? This company is making caboodles of money just on the DNA tests alone. Plus, then they're throwing in the whole health report stuff, which I'm not interested in that. I'm only interested in the ethnicity, to be honest, and the whole, ThruLines, tree, connection, that type of thing. I could care less about the health reports. So, they're making all this caboodles of extra on that, but yet they're turning around and they're taking away something that is actually good and a positive thing that they've got going for them. Yeah, that's not good. And I've even made videos of suggestions of of ways to add that extra stuff on and make it worth people's while and make it interesting. Like, people can create avatars. People can, and you can go on back, which I can understand maybe charging just a little bit if they want to for that, but at least allowing that to be an option. In other words, which I don't think charging a monthly fee or a huge yearly fee or anything would be a good idea. Maybe just a one-time fee, okay? Or if you do make it a monthly fee, make it something really small, okay? But yet, have it set to where people can go on back and they can see all this other ethnicity that you're leaving out in their normal report, okay? Because you are. All right. Have it set up to where they can do that. And also they can create avatars, because then okay, let me see if I can explain this to where people can understand it. Maybe they can understand it in one of my previous videos from the past that I've made, but your avatars can reflect what you genetically would be the more further you go on back, even though technically it's not you yet, because you're moving further and further away from what you currently are, if that makes any sense to people. But still, it's a representation of what I would say theoretically of what you would be if they went back to that particular century or decade or whatever, however they wanted to do it. It would reflect that. Okay. I think that would be so interesting, and definitely, include that extra ethnicity that they're leaving out. Say okay, for some of us, as far as the ethnicity, we might have small pieces of African, Middle African, West African, South African, whatever, Nigerian, whatever you want to call it, okay? Some of us have smaller pieces of that, which represents around the 1600s, somewhere in that neighborhood, and I have found ancestors from around that range that were African, okay? So, maybe some of that DNA reflects that, and yet right now, currently, they don't want to show that, okay, because they just want to get the current thing, they don't want to go beyond 1700s. Well, my idea is to open that, allow people to go back further, even, if they want to charge a fee, like I said, however they wanted to do it, okay, let people go on back and show up that African, show up that South Asian, or that Chinese, or that, whatever it is that that you have from an ancestor that may be around the 1600s, 1500s, 1400s. Okay, and it's there. That information is there. They have that genetic information. I know that, and a lot of people out there know that. That is available. They know it. Okay, and it is there. Okay, so why not open that on up? It's, especially for people like me, because, I've got ancestors from all over the world. Okay, so allow us to see that. I just think that would be interesting, a neat little feature that they could add that actually would be an improvement. Okay. But yet they're not, as of right now, they're not doing it. Maybe that could be in the works for later on. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe they're locking this down for this right here, right now, and then they're going to do that later on. I don't know. But I'm not happy with what they're fixing to do as of right now. Okay, so I want to make that statement. I mean, it's just my opinion. Other people may see this as a wonderful improvement, depends on how you look at it, but that's my opinion. Okay, and I only speak for me. Okay, so anyway, I'm fixing to shut up and get off of here, but I did want to bring that to people's attention that there's fixing to be some changes, and I guess time will tell if it's going to be good or bad. Talk to you guys later. Bye.